What's up, Lakers for Life? Duncan here. I want to take a second. I want to talk about my favorite roster possibility. But first, before I do, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment in the box below, and hit that bell for notifications. So, I want to talk about what I would do if I was in charge of the Lakers right now. I know everybody's screaming for Anthony Davis, but let me just remind you that Anthony Davis may cost us more than we're willing to pay. So it could cost us a lot of talent with the trade. It could cost us a lot of assets. It could also cost us a lot of salary cap, which would literally confine what else we could do as a roster. So in this video, I want to look at my favorite options at what I would do with the trade as well as free agency. I'm going to start with the trade. The 4th overall pick. Even though I can see there being a couple players in the draft that fit what we want to do in a long-term plan, I think the Lakers are in a win-now mode. I think they're wanting to acquire as much talent as they can get immediately. So one of the trade options that I could see us doing, that I would love to see us doing, is offering the Spurs Hart with the 4th overall and next year's 2nd round pick to get DeMar DeRozan. We bring DeRozan on. He knows Frank Vogel's system. He was a key part of that system. He's a solid defender. He's a solid scorer. He could be huge for our franchise at that shooting guard position. Then we go into free agency and we pick up a Jimmy Butler. Now we have a core of Lonzo, of DeRozan, of Butler, LeBron, and we have Ingram in there as well, and Kuzma. Now, I believe that's a good enough roster to get guys like McGee to re-sign, Stevenson to re-sign on a limited cost. So here's my roster. My point guards. Lonzo Ball, one of the best upcoming point guards in the game. The only thing he has to work on is staying on the court and his free throw shot. The rest of his game is unreal. One of the best passers, one of the best defenders, rebounders. He's a triple double machine. All he has to do is stay healthy. Huge good starter for this team. His backup would be Alex Caruso. He's a decent player. Even though Ingram will probably step in to play that backup point guard or somebody of that sort, but on paper it would be Alex Caruso. Then of course there's Isaac Bonga, who's huge, who has a lot of raw potential size-wise. Needs time to develop, but can be pretty damn good here in the future for us. Then, of course, DeRozan is our starting shooting guard. A solid scorer, solid defender. The only reason he's the starter is because I'm unsure of how much Ingram can handle. I'm at least somewhat limiting Brandon Ingram's minutes because I'm still worried about his blood clot situation. So Ingram is coming off the bench for DeRozan. And I'm at least starting the season that way, and I'm going to see how it turns out for us in the long run. I'm bringing Bullock back using his bird rights, and I can go over the luxury cap doing so. So that's money that we can spend later to go over. Jimmy Butler is a starting small forward. That's self-explanatory. He's a star in the making. He's one of the best two-way players. He's a solid defender, solid scorer, solid shooter. He's definitely someone LeBron can count on to carry this team when he can't. And as I explained before, Lance Stevenson comes back as a backup small forward. Lance Stevenson he had a solid year for us. Good defender, solid shooter, one of the best shooters on the team this year for us. That would be a solid pickup on a discount cost. And then there's the final spot I'd probably try to keep open. Just because you never know in the course of the season what exactly is going to happen, and you don't want to limit yourself in any way, so you leave that spot open. Now for your power forwards. I got LeBron James as my starter, and I got Kuzma coming off the bench. And I got Mo as my third string. Mo, you already know LeBron, one of the best in the world, one of the best players in the country, one of the best players in the NBA. Easily going to be a huge asset to this team, both as a playmaker and as a scorer and a leader and a captain. We already know what we got with LeBron. We already know what we got with Kuzma. A rising star, somebody that can put up serious points, somebody that can take both forward positions when needed. He can play valuable minutes at multiple positions, both sides of the court, offensively, defensively, and he can shoot. That's solid for us. Now my centers. I'm bringing McGee back. I believe McGee would love to play for Frank Vogel. I think the system fits him ideally. I think he would love to play with